If your vocals are getting lost in the mix and they don't stand out or have that pro quality, this video is for you. There are 3 common reasons why your vocals are getting buried in the mix. It could be just one or a combination of all 3. I'm going to simplify each reason and show you exactly how to fix it so that your vocals will sound upfront, clear, and overall more professional. Listen to this track and notice how the vocal sounds buried in the mix.
Feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave. Now I'm moving closer. Wanna take you home with me.
There are some words that pop out, other ones get lost, and overall the vocal just sounds small and distant. So I mentioned there are 3 common reasons why this might be, and this track actually has all 3 going on. The first has to do with dynamics. In order to fix it, we're going to use compression.
Feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave, but now I'm moving closer. Wanna take you home with me. Wanna know what I'm missing. Show me what I'm missing.
You notice how when we add the compression, it brings the vocal forward in the mix, so we can hear it a lot better. Take a listen before and after.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave.
Here's why that works. It's because vocals are naturally very dynamic. You might have one word that's super soft, the next word is very loud, and that's true of the human voice in general. It's one of the most dynamic elements of your mix. And that means we have to control those dynamics if we want that vocal to always be upfront and clear in the mix. You can do this with any compressor. I'm using Xvox Pro's Smooth Dynamics mode because it's a very smooth and natural sounding vocal compressor. So how much compression is a good amount? You can generally shoot for between 6 and 10 dB of gain reduction if you want a natural but still compressed vocal. Every compressor has a gain reduction meter. You can see Xvox Pro's right here.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave.
So you can see we're hovering right around that 6 dB of gain reduction, and it's producing a very natural result. If you start to apply a lot more compression than that, it might start to sound crushed and unnatural.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave, but now I'm moving closer. Wanna take you home with me.
So be careful of that because it is possible to add too much compression. Just keep an eye on your gain reduction and make sure that whatever compression you're applying still sounds natural. So let's move on to the next reason why your vocal may be getting buried in the mix. It has to do with the tone. And to fix it, we're going to use an EQ.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave, but now I'm moving closer. Wanna take you home with me. Wanna know what I'm missing. Show me what I'm missing. I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave.
You notice how the vocal sounds a lot closer to us in the mix after EQ. That's because I'm shaping the tone and adding presence by boosting the mid slider in Xvox Pro. Take a listen to how powerful this slider is.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave, but now I'm moving closer. Wanna take you home with me.
Getting the right amount of presence is really important, and it comes from the high-mid frequencies. Take a listen before and after this EQ.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave, but now I'm moving closer.
Just like with compression, it is possible to overdo EQ. If you do too much with it, it'll start to sound thin, brittle, or unnatural. So just be careful not to overdo it. Take a listen before and after the compression and EQ that we applied.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me.
So it's the combination of those 2 elements which brings the vocal up front and makes it sound more clear and present. The third common reason why your vocals are getting buried in the mix actually doesn't have anything to do with your vocal processing. It has to do with other elements in your mix competing with the vocal. If you have 2 elements in your mix that are at similar levels and frequency ranges, you might run into what's called masking. Masking is where one sound covers up or masks the other sound so that your ear can't easily decipher between them. In this mix, the guitar is fighting with the vocal.
Feel it in my body, the way you look at me. A symmetry is killing me. I think I gotta leave, but now.
When it comes to mixing vocals, this can be a big problem. A lot of instruments occupy the same frequency range as the vocals. Guitars, pianos, synths, all of these instruments can play in the same frequency range as the vocals, and that can lead to masking. So let's talk about how to fix it. There are a ton of ways to fix masking. I'll list just a few. You can rearrange the musical part to play in a different octave, so either an octave up or down to get it out of the way of the vocal. You could simply turn down the level of the track that's causing the masking. You could use panning to place it somewhere else in the stereo field that doesn't compete with the vocal. You can use an EQ to cut the frequencies that are competing with the vocal. And of course, you can do any combination of these techniques. So let's try to fix this mix by adjusting the level of the guitar and using Xvox tone to cut the mids.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. Our symmetry is killing me, I think I gotta leave. But now I'm moving closer, wanna take you home with me. Wanna know what I'm missing, show me what I'm missing.
So now the guitar is nicely tucked behind the lead vocal. Before we had some masking, now we have a good amount of separation between the elements. The vocal is now clear up front and it no longer feels buried in the mix. Take a listen before and after we fixed the dynamics, tone, and masking.
I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. Our symmetry is killing me, I think I gotta leave. But now I'm moving closer, wanna take you home with me. I can feel it in my body, the way you look at me. Our symmetry is killing me, I think I gotta leave. But now I'm moving closer, wanna take you home with me. Wanna know what I'm missing, show me what I'm missing.
So that is exactly how you fix a vocal that is buried in the mix. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials like this. And as always, happy mixing.